We're doing this little video right now. I have put the hood on, I'm starting messing with that. Jeff, the wood guy's in, and he's got some wood here. He's got the back window started, and got some of the dash wood there. Jeff, you might as well take over and tell them what you're doing. Tell them what you're doing, what kind of wood we're using. This stuff here is for the dash.
It's a Palmel Sapele, which
It's quite
has
fantastic.
a beautiful grain and sort of 3D-ness.
How many coats of stuff on that?
This is 2 coats of clear lacquer.
How many coats will you put on it?
I'll probably put 6 coats on, take 4 off, put another 5 or 6 on, probably take 3 off, and then start polishing.
Wow.
To a mirror finish or piano finish.
So that should be Jolene's dash, and if you can picture it, that's going to look quite fantastic.
So this will be the dash up here.
And as Jeff has figured out, we have a problem there, and you can tell him why.
So this is designed to be the support, but we've determined that this bar and this bar will be in the way for mounting the dashboard. So this either has to come back or down. So Chad and I already had a visit earlier, and what we'll do is we'll maintain this center brace, but remove these pieces and bring a brace from there to there, and that'll allow us to mount the dash to it.
Also, people, like I thought, that the dash would be made out of wood, but no, it's going to be made out of plywood and then veneered. And we don't want to put screws in it from the front side. He's going to have to connect it from the back side. But the wood that he's putting in the dash will be plywood, veneered. I thought it would be a piece of wood, and we don't have stuff like that in Nova Scotia. No. I think all we have is pallets.
But we use plywood because it's far more stable, and it allows the finish to stay intact. If you used timber, solid timber, then it expands and contracts with the weather.
Did you know that? Then it would split the veneer, would it not?
Well, no, if you're using a solid timber without the veneer or with the veneer, yes, it splits the veneer, but for me, it splits the finish and cracks. So with a stable substrate, is what they call it, the substrate does not expand and contract, and the adhesion between the substrate and the veneer is so strong that it maintains the finish without cracking.
That's cool.
That's why all the Jags and Rolls, Bentleys are all veneered.
So the piece that you got for the back window, he's got a couple pieces here started, just plugs. He's trying to making a pattern. He's got some wood here that he's got glued together. That's
so when you use smaller pieces of wood, like around the door and the trim around the windows, the expansion and contraction of the wood isn't as great, so the finish survives a whole lot easier. But what we do with this is we start with a paper template, which looks like these. And we came in several weeks ago and drew out the template.
I can't see through that window.
No? And we cut this template out of that. Then we create a wooden template from that. And then from that, I will create this template to match up. Actually, and I will router to mate up exactly outside. And then I will clean this all out on the inside, but I wanted to come here today to make sure that this was going to still makes up with the car. So I'm happy with it right now. So my next order of business will be clean this all out, router this all with another round over, do that twice, and then those will be ready for a finish. Now this has 2 coats of clear lacquer on it as well.
And that will be very, when he gets it all trimmed, very elegant. Elegant. And as we say here in our shop, it's mint.
Mint.
Mint. We're mint in the
Well,
middle.
it'll be mint from now on.
Yes. But anyways, that's how it's going.
Yeah.
And I've already talked to Jeff, and he already said that he'll have more hours in it than you can imagine. And yeah, but it's very time-taking to make things like that, and people don't understand or see that takes what it takes, you know.
my niece said last night, "You make it look so easy," and I said, "Well, you know, to get this one piece of wood shaped like that, I probably got 25 hours into it already." You know?
Yeah, because obviously you have to make the pattern. One piece of wood, then you have to make 4 pieces of wood cut to make the shape, and then you have. Yeah, I understand.
But the second one will go a whole lot quicker, and unfortunately, there's only 2.
Right.
You know, if we had 20 cars on the go.
Exactly. So it's going good. I'm very happy with it. I'm happy with that it's going forward.
The dash will be next for me, and then after you guys are finished priming the doors, I'll get these home with me, and then I'll come up with a plan on how to do a surround. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of mahogany. That'll be elegant again, probably about that thick,
Beautiful.
inch deep. And
We will not leave the doors like this. When we do the interior, we'll make a strap that goes from inside here and that goes to the door, so the doors not go too far if anybody's asking. But we just leave the doors open so we can get in and out. And that's what's going on. So I do all that and stuff like that. But Jolene's wood is coming. Very exciting. Just trying to keep on moving. That's all we're trying to do. And if you do not work on them, they do not get done. That's all I can tell you. Like, you have to work on them to get them done.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm fitting the hood right now, trying to get that done. And also today I might take the rivet or the chisel gun and chisel these rivets off and take them off and clean the mud out of there so I can get at it better, do the better body work, go around and clean up all the slingers that are hanging around. I don't know, and I'm just continue on trying to make it fit, and yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Slow and steady pressure, evenly applied.
Yeah. Is that say that again slowly?
Slow and steady pressure, evenly applied.
Just don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't stop. Just keep on moving. That's
One step at a time.
yeah, so that's what we're doing, and we're happy to have him here, Jeff Gaynor, doing the wood, because it means that we're going forward there too. So that's always good when you know someone else is on the same project you are.
Well, I can be working offline while you're doing this. I'm working on the other stuff.
So we're really trying to step this one up. We'll see when we get done, won't we? The proof will be in the pudding when it's all done. That's what it'll be. The proof will be in the pudding when it's all done. All right, I'm going back to work. I'm just trying to get the hood fit right. I got to take some, just trying to get it fit right and grinding and moving and things and welding things. I'm trying to get it set down where it should be. I'm having a gap problem up in the center area. I want the hood to be held on. I don't know if I want to put a leather strap on it or not. I've got a pin back here now. That's good because the pin's in nice, holds down tight in the back. And also what I want to do is now I want to fit the cowl to the hood. I want to make that all fit nice. I want to make sure all the metal's ground from the round rod so it sits down tight. I think we might be putting windshield. Not sure if windshield wipers are good on this or not with this piece in the middle. I'm not sure, but we have them. I still have the ones from the Volvo. Still have them. Other than that, it's just a lot of sanding and fixing and going over things. I haven't got inside yet. I still have the inner fenders to do, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, we've got Jaguar seats sitting in it right now. Doug got those from Bernie. They fit. They got in there and they fit. Jolene sat in it. It was very comfortable. Her arm laid on the door nice. The wood is very beautiful over there, isn't it? Mm-hmm. She's not sure what she's doing with the interior. We're hoping that we're crossing our fingers. We got a friend. His name is Paul Vitito. If I can talk him into it, he's a leather guy, and I think he could do what Jolene would like to be done. I told her yesterday, I want to see her do something in there. Just to be creative, because it's her car, it's her time, that she can do anything in there she wants because it's her car. And we know what the outside looks like because that's what she picked, but the inside, I think it's going to be quite a surprise when people see what she does. It's going to be good. Alrighty, that's the video for today. If you want to keep on watching, you can if you like, but I might pick my nose once or twice. White thought that's bad.
No comment.
No comment. Yeah. Yeah, so Jolene's got a smile on her face that the wood is, you know, there's a process being done. And I'm happy. Happy. Sometimes it would be nice. And here's another thing too. You can imagine if you got the car all done and then you had to send it somewhere to get the wood done, how long it would take. Jeff is coming to where I'm working and doing the wood while I'm doing the work on the car. And you can imagine if I got the car done and then had to try to get someone to do the wood, how much longer the process would be if you were moving the thing around and going different places all the time, you know? If you weren't able to start.
It'd be easier for me.
Yeah, exactly, it would be.
Yeah.
It really would be, and just that it prolongs the process when you move it around. And that's another reason that we're able to build the car in 35 days, because we are not taking it anywhere. It is staying right in one spot.
You lose the car for a month.
Yeah, you lose the car if you took it somewhere, and you lose time. And that's another reason why we're able to do it, because it does not leave the shop. And we're going to do somewhat on this one the same way, if possible, and we'll go from there. If we have to remove it from the shop, well, that's what it takes. And you know what it'll take too, is time. Today Monday?
It's Monday.
Monday. Great day. Love Mondays. Got Aiden in. Aiden's coming over for experience, and I think that's a good thing. Anybody's coming to do something, to learn something on their own and not get paid just for experience is a smart person.
Looks like my daughter should do the same.
Smart, well, smart to get knowledge for nothing. There's people that go to school that have to pay for knowledge and do not listen. And then there's people that do not get paid and will go to work and get knowledge for nothing. And it makes sense that the person that's willing to do that is going to go further in life than the person that's not willing. That makes sense? You get out of life what you put in. And we are going to get a Bugatti because we are going to put in the time. Jeff, don't say nothing bad about the door. Camera's on.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just pondering as I do it, because I have knowledge.
I'm just joking. He came in this morning. He said, "Did you see the ones with the vents?" And I said,
"Can't hear you.
Can't hear you. Don't tell Jolene. We just made fender skirts." But we, you know, if she really wanted vents, I'd make them for you, baby. I'd make them for you.
Thanks,
I really would. Don't talk her into it either, Jeff.
I think they're probably useless.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we'll see. We're talking about the windows also, how, you know, Jeff is saying again that the Jaguar engine will be a lot of heat. And as we do that, we'll have to insulate it well. And another thing too, we're going to have to try to get air in there. I think that's what the vents were for, obviously. But as we put the windows in, we're going to try to use our brains so we can scoop in some air as we drive. We might even only put half the window in and leave half open. You know, if it's, you know, if you're driving it on nice days, you could do that, I think. We'll see what happens. We might even airplane them, so you slide one back and one stays stationary. We want to make it as simple as possible, and that's the way we'll do it. I think the process of this car, or the thought process of this car, was to make it as fast as possible, I think, was it not?
Quickly or?
No, to make the car to be as fast as possible. Yeah. Was it not to be like a race car sort of? Yeah, I think they're kind of a race car with clothes on. But it was the fastest car in the world at the time. I think 1936 Bugatti did 136 miles an hour or something like that. And you can imagine 1936. Well, I've been told many stories. My grandfather had the first car in Canning, and he would drive through Canning at 20 miles an hour, and everybody would say, look at that fool, he's going to kill himself. Right? 20 miles an hour, right? On a Model A or Model T. So you can imagine driving this thing compared to that. That would be a horse and buggy, and this would be a yes, sir. All right, shut that damn thing off. That's enough of that. Anything to say, Jeff?
I think I've seen. I think Ralph Lauren's car actually had a post in here, and I think both of them hinged out.
Oh, is that right?
This hinged out and this hinged out.
That may be easier.
And there's a video where he gets in the car, and of course you can tell it must be 100 degrees inside there because this is already cantered out.
Yeah.
And he canters this one out too.
That'd be very, very easy.
That would be simple.
You could hinge it on the center post.
Yeah, both.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
The lines, Chad, and then these lines, just everything feels so nice. The gaps are perfect.
They're coming. I mean, I have to. Yeah, I still have. They're coming pretty good. Once I get a coat of primer on it and start building things up a little bit more, things get tighter. Things get.
But I mean, the way
Even
the
better.
door shuts, I mean, a Rolls Royce door doesn't shut this, right? Click, click.
Did you hear that, Rolls Royce?
I have a friend that owns 23 Rolls Royces, and he uses a $5 bill to space all the doors. He's got from 1919 to 2001, I think, Rolls Royces, 23 of them.
Wow.
But he gaps all the doors with a $5
Is he
bill.
from Nova Scotia?
Alberta. Yeah. But he'd be impressed with that.
Would he?
Yeah.
Jolene's impressed with it too. All right, have a good Monday, everybody. If you learned something, I'm happy for you. If you didn't, come back tomorrow. There might be something you learned, I don't know. And if you can tell me something, write it down. I'll listen for a second or two. And if it's good, I'll go with it. If it's not, well, I'll carry on. That's what everybody should do, you know? You have to make the choice. Don't be a squirrel in life. Make the decision, right or left.